what do all of these CDs have in common? I mean, they have a lot of things in common. They're all metal, they're all European bands, but like the point that I want to make for today's video, they are my favorite albums of all time, and not a single one of them came out after, I think, 2008. So it's been a legitimate almost 10 years since an album has come out that has actually impacted me in like a life-changing or revolutionary way. And yeah, I could just be a old 80s rocker cynic at the tender age of 26, but nah, I don't think so. You don't exactly have to look far to find examples of fans of these bands complaining that their old material was better. I think it's pretty much a rite of passage as a metal fan to be a stuck-up asshole about how a band used to be good and then they changed their sound. And that's not always founded. That's the thing, like, in some cases it is true. Now, why am I bringing all this up? What's with the super long intro? Well, it brings me into this idea that there is a type of songwriting hack that we can exploit in terms of our personal tastes not being honored by the bands we like. And honestly, I have like a philosophy that the metal community as a whole would be a much healthier place without a lot of the bitching about how bands change their style if more people would adhere to this philosophy. So what the hell am I talking about? Every time you find yourself listening to a new album by a band you used to like and going, I don't like the direction they went in, instead of going on YouTube and bitching about it, adapt it to your own sound when you write your own music. In any other business, when a startup sees a weakness in the market that is caused by a poor decision that one of their competitors made, they come in and they devour it. To give you something not quite so obscure, look at the Netflix versus Hulu debates. Netflix is struggling really hard right now, and Hulu really isn't. As Netflix has been moving more toward their original Netflix-branded content, they've been neglecting a lot of the stuff that people had Netflix for in the first place. Personally, I know a lot of people who gave up on Netflix because Netflix dropped all the animated comedies that everyone was watching. Family Guy, American Dad, Bob's Burgers, Futurama. These used to be some of the reasons that people had Netflix, and then they would drop them and Hulu would go, oh, okay, we'll take that. And guess what? People started going to Hulu instead of Netflix. My point here is that in any other business, when a competitor identifies a weakness, they exploit it. So you know there's a large swath of people who wish that the band had made a different decision. So if you were taking a particularly shark-like business approach to your music, you would go, oh, well, that's a bunch of disenfranchised fans right there. What can I do with my sound, because it's what I want as a listener anyway, to go, hey, come here, come over here, listen to my music. And like, I know that sounds like a tall order, right? Like, how is some nobody gonna come out of nowhere and start making moves against huge established bands? I have personally done it, though. I know that this is a thing that can happen. I know that this is a thing that works, because I have done it. One of my highest converting Facebook ads was an experiment that I ran about this, where I wrote a song that sounds pretty much like Old Nightwish could have written it. And I just said, do you miss the sound of Old Nightwish? Boom. Turns out a lot of people do. If you advertise to them directly, they go, hey, yeah, I kind of do. Oh, this is really good. One of my clients did a marketing consultation, and his band is essentially going to sound like old Children of Bodom, like Fall of the Reaper, Hatebreeder era. And I told him, try out the headline, do you wish Bodom never sold out? Surprise! People apparently really do, because he's doing quite well. So, but more than advertising, we can use this as a specifically songwriting-related hack, in the sense that when you're stuck, when you're not sure what to write, when you're not sure what direction you want to take a song in, just think to yourself, alright, what are the traits that I miss from my favorite bands? What am I, as a listener, sitting here going, I wish they'd do more of X. Do more of X. You're not sure where to go? Take the thing that made the band great that they're not using anymore and incorporate it into your own sound. You know, people don't really realize this right now. I think it's gonna sink in pretty soon. Most of the old guard, most of the bands that we grew up listening to, most of our influences, they do not own their market. Far from it. Their sinking ship record labels own their market. There's just this weird state in the music industry right now that has never quite happened before, where everything is a wide open target and there's no better time to go for it than now. So that's my thoughts on this. You guys have been asking me about my #1 songwriting hack. That's it. Think of your songwriting as a tool to fix something that is missing from your listening experience. And yeah, I will see you in the next video. Thanks so much for watching. I have new videos on music marketing coming out every Wednesday, as well as other music lessons of various types coming out every single day. And that includes songwriting, instrumentation, creative mindsets, audio engineering, everything you could possibly need. I aim to make this channel the single destination for anything and everything you will need to achieve success in music.